Welcome to Sweet Tree of Life, Scorpio, beautiful water sign. Welcome to your August 2022 reading. Let's go ahead and start the reading. As you know, the top of the tree is like the heavens, and then you go to the bottom of the tree. It's like going to the earth with the trunk of the tree and then the roots of the tree here. So let's go ahead and start to see what the issue is. The issue here we have is the Ace of Cups. Now, with the Ace of Cups being in the reverse, it does show me that some of you are having a delay in starting a new relationship, or maybe some of you are starting a new relationship too hastily without giving thought of of a new connection. So, kind of not giving thought about maybe is it the appropriateness of the connection? Are they in the position where they can get into it and involved in a relationship, and maybe you're acting a little hastily on that? So, it just kind of cautions you to slow down a little bit if that is the case and kind of think things over. And there's a delay for some of you in just starting a new relationship. And the number 2 position here, we have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords here is an impasse, stalemate, but it basically is a refusing to see a problem at hand. So you're avoiding to make a decision. It shows her blindfold here. She's very balanced and calm. The clouds of conflict are parting. So she does have hope coming in here. However, it does indicate that she doesn't want to make a decision. So she doesn't want to see what's at hand. So what I'm seeing here is I'm feeling that maybe this is a situation they don't want to see at hand. So maybe it's somebody that's quite not separated from their partner, or maybe they're not in a position where they can if they're still with someone else, they haven't made a decision. Something's happening here where the situation that you're seeing is not the full picture. So it looks like you're avoiding to make a decision. Let's see what else unfolds here. The number 3 position is a position of with the number 5, the Hierophant. It does signify a wise and learned person, tradition, rules, something to do maybe with a contract for some of you. So it could be dealing with the contract. Maybe the person's not divorced. Maybe the person is about to get married and they're kind of changing their mind. They found you instead. It's very kind of it's not quite clear yet. So let's go ahead and keep reading. But the 2 crosses here that you see here crossed at the hat here, it's basically does represent an unlocking of wisdom. So it looks like you are creating that atmosphere of like, okay, I'm looking at things a little further, seeing, I know what the traditions and the rules are with this, with contracts that are coming up. It could be a divorce or marriage that's coming in, but you want to make sure it's a wise and learned decision. So that's kind of what you're trying to create now, but it's kind of hard to do it when you have the blindfolds on to make the decisions you need to make. So let's go ahead and see what else unfolds. Here in the energy to build, you have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is definitely a wise king, strong, wise, patient, honest, and kind. So that's giving you the energy to build because you have those characteristics in you. He is very highly intuitive and compassionate, but emotions have to be balanced in order to rule fairly and in a just manner like a king does. So he basically uses his abilities to diffuse a situation, diffuse tensions, and keep the peace. And as you can see, he has one foot in the water in the subconscious and one on land in the material world. So he has that balance of emotions. There is some full moon here, but it doesn't light the whole path. So you do have to count it on your intuition, your faith, your spirituality to kind of get a better, clearer understanding of this, as you can see with the connection here. For some of you, you might be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio like yourself. For others of you, you might be dealing with an earth sign as well, either an earth or water sign. So it could be an earth sign, like it could be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. And right here, and what you need to dissolve, we have the 3 of Pentacles. That's why it's in the reverse, because it's something you need to dissolve. This is usually a more positive card. But because it is considered to be in the reverse, we have it in the opposing position, in the reverse, basically. So it's someone who refuses to take the steps to obtain knowledge needed to master a skill. And for others of you, you might just be so bored at what you're doing at your job, for example, that you're not being challenged enough in what you need to do. So it's kind of giving you this like plague almost of boredom that's kind of coming through. So maybe you need to dissolve this feeling of boredom, or maybe not wanting to take the steps to attain more knowledge, which is this card connected here as well, talking about the traditional rules, the contracts, and unlocking of new wisdom. That's dealing with new wisdom and not wanting to see things for what they are and possibly not wanting to learn from it. So let's go ahead and continue to see what the reading says here. We have the Queen of Swords, kind of like the synergy position of the card, basically saying, okay, this is the card that tells me this is what the energy that's kind of going through everything. It's the Queen of Swords. It's a very good card to have, very balanced. She's stern but feminine. She is known to rule with her head and not her heart, which kind of tells me here you're kind of trying to have that balance with like the King of Cups. And she rules with her head, not her heart. So, but still with compassion, right? Even though she's ready for battle, she prefers to keep matters civilized. She's ready with her sword of hope, just clearing out any conflict that's surrounding her, getting hope in. And of course, these butterflies mean life. But in this case, I think it also means a lot of transformation for you, a lot of growing. And of course, keeping that balance, which is very good. You're keeping that balance. But there's also this learning that has to go on here about this decision that you need to make here. So let's go ahead and see what your victory card will be. And the victory card here in that position would be the Hermit. Major Arcana card. It is a card where it shows like you're retreating from the world into solitude to search within yourself for a deeper meaning. So it's time to put, any projects that you have on hold, any distractions, and just kind of recommends for you to kind of reevaluate your goals at this point and your current path in order to gain that perspective and deeper understanding of the universe and what you need to do. So just to kind of repeat, it gives you that time to evaluate your goals that you're having following right now your current path, and then you need that time to gain that perspective and deeper understanding of what's going on in your situation. So it looks like you need to retreat almost a little bit here in order to be able to make that decision that you're kind of still stuck on. What does it reveal that you want? We have the Two of Wands. Now the Two of Wands here, it does indicate, balanced again with the swords, kind of diagonal as you can see from the heavens right here to the earth, right? Kind of reciprocating. So it's mirroring each other. So right here with two swords, it does indicate that there's a decision to make. You're trying to figure out what to make. It reveals what you want. You want to make this decision as the confidence risk taker that this card usually represents. It could represent a partnership or collaboration with someone as well if it's in a business partnership area. But if it is a partnership as far as your relationship and partnership, it could represent that as well. But it definitely tells me that you need to make a choice about where you're going to invest your time, your energy, and your enthusiasm. So it looks like you're kind of dealing with this person here that might, for me, I don't know why it seems like they're married, they're going through a divorce, or not quite divorced yet. You're still trying to make a decision or whether you want to deal with that because he might need time to heal as well before he gets into something else and not rush into it. So let's go ahead and see. Right here, the number 9, in the number 9 position, we have the Queen of Cups. It's like the trunk of the tree. This is how you see yourself or others see you. So the Queen of Cups, beautiful card. She is definitely warm, sensitive, but she can be a little highly emotional, right? Because she does have both feet in the water, right? Which is in her subconscious and her emotion. She does have the moon there, which kind of doesn't light the full path. So again, coming on the intuition, coming on your faith, coming on your gut, to tell you, okay, which way am I going to go here? And then it's she's always honest and fair, and she's a loving spouse as well. So for some reason, the spouse just keeps coming up. Right here, as you can see, she can be highly emotional in how you see yourself or others might see you. But at the same time, you have this stability here that maybe even though others see you that way, you're not really as emotional now. You're kind of like more in the thinking process of leading with your head instead of your heart. Now right here, as the outcome was kind of radiating out, it's the Knight of Swords. It's kind of telling you, it's kind of like a card of forceful action and unyielding energy. So it's kind of aggressive, a little bit overbearing if it's too aggressive that way. But yet he's very charismatic and truthful and intelligent. And he's ready for action even though there's nothing there. It's just almost like a card of being a little bit too defensive, I think, and you just kind of want to like fight back and say, hey, no, I'm not doing, this is not true, but it's being very forceful. So there's definitely some kind of disharmony going on there because of that action that you're ready to take, but yet it might not be the right timing quite yet. So let's go ahead and see if we get a little more clarity here. We'll pull another card. Goes here in the 11th position is the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, it is a card of reaching that milestone, reaching that goal. But again, it tells you have to pause and reevaluate your next steps. You need to rest, after so much work, you're getting your fruits that you've labored for, very financially material world type of endeavor. So you're maintaining your garden because you know that you're still going to need to work for it, but you've had a lot of positive gains here. You've been very fruitful. So now you're kind of resting, enjoying that a little bit, but it does tell you there's a card of kind of resting a little bit, taking a step back and reevaluating. So again, that reevaluating is coming in again as very resonant about reevaluating what you need to do, keeping calm, keeping thinking with your head, not your heart kind of thing, making these decisions. So you have to make one or the other, one way or another. But it does seem to deal with someone that is already in a relationship, and they might have a contract pending, whether it be marriage, divorce, or or some other kind of contract that's pending. If it is for somebody that's just business related, it's not for love, then it's also that delay in communication, that delay in that partnership coming to fruition because of the choices that need to be made, of looking within and really kind of just thinking about where you want to invest your time, where you want to invest your energy, and of course your enthusiasm to labor forward and keeping you with a drive to step forward. Right here, we have the column of severity. Over here, we have the column of mercy. In the middle, we have the column of harmony. So as we go up in the reverse from like the earth back to the heavens, so to speak, it kind of tells you what you would, gives you a new perspective on what maybe you can do to turn this Ace of Cups upside up, right? With that new love and that spiritual and emotional growth that needs to happen for some of you. It might not just be love, it might be self-love as well. So or a new love that you find for yourself as well. So right here, just to recap, yes, you're ready for action. Yes, you're intelligent, truthful, but you don't want to be over aggressive in what's going on here. You don't want to be over emotional, keeping that emotions down. Right here, obviously we know you're a loving partner. Right here, just digging deep, retreating a little bit, taking a pause, and kind of re-emphasizing on kind of looking at the things that you need to do to kind of see what you need to focus on and what decision you're going to make. Again, here with the decisions, here being that balanced self that you're being before going through this transformation and through these, life changes that you're going to go through, because you're kind of deciding on which way you want to go and if you want to wait for someone or not. It usually just represents that waiting, looking within, seeing if that is worth doing, making that decision, dissolving any kind of things that you don't want to know about, because you do need to know about these things to reach your higher self and kind of, unlocking that wisdom that you need. And of course, yes, enjoying the fruits of your labor, but there's more work to do. And again, it tells you kind of stop, reevaluate what you're going to do next, because it's really important to think about it and not make any hasty decisions. Okay. And then, of course, hopefully that way you'll be able to decide and turn that Ace of Cups upside up and either start that new love that you're wanting to, or begin that lessons that you have to learn from this and go to a more spiritual and emotional growth for others of you, or for you as well, for the same person going through this situation here, whether it be new love for yourself or new love altogether. But yeah, it's going to be up to you whether you want to wait or not. But look within, deep within, and kind of retreat from the situation a little bit so that you can kind of maybe get a clearer picture if that's worth doing for you. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you do have a better and more positive perspective of the situation, where maybe you're not feeling as much as you have control, but we do have control over what we do. We just don't have control over the outcomes that come out of it. So just, take a step back, use your heart more than use your mind more than your heart. Keep that balanced. That's what I meant to say. And of course, kind of look within. Look within, look with your intuition, look with your faith. Pray about it, be spiritual about it, be focused about it, and hopefully you'll get that answer that you need really soon. I wish you lots of peace in your journey. I'll hope to see you here next month. If you do like my videos and want me to present again next month for this sign, please go ahead and subscribe so that I know that you're interested in me keeping these videos up and continuing to make them. And also, please like and subscribe and maybe share with a friend, especially if you have a friend that might be in this situation that might be able to get a little bit more understanding of where to go and hopefully get a more positive perspective of your situation as a whole. Thank you very much for joining me again. I wish you much peace, light, and love. See you soon.